Nashlets, and welcome to today's edition of Noshing with Nashies. You remember that country gravy we made? Well, today we are going to take that and make a super tasty, super easy, and super budget-friendly hash brown breakfast casserole. So let's head into my kitchen and see how I made it. All right, Nashlets, let's go ahead and see what we're going to need for our Southwest Country Gravy Hash Brown Casserole. This is extremely easy and budget-friendly. First of all, I've got about 4 cups of country gravy. That's my homemade. I will link the video to that. However, you can also use this country sausage flavor gravy mix from Pioneer. It is my favorite. It's really good, really affordable. We're also going to need some roasted red pepper slices, some black beans, and some what we call Mexicorn in my house. It's really good. Make sure to drain those off good. Going to need a little maple syrup, a big old bag of hash browns, which of course you can make yourself as well, and some cheese. All right, Nashlets, let's get started. All right, Nashlets, first things first, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. You want to grease up a 9x13 baking dish, and you want to heat up your country gravy because we all know that gravy turns into a gelatinous brick when it's cold, which is what mine was. So now we are going to come in with 1 can of black beans, drained and rinsed, 1 can of that Southwest corn. It's got peppers and onions in it, drained and rinsed, and about a half a jar of roasted red bell peppers, which comes out to about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup like that. We're going to put it into our hash browns. Now, this is 3/4 of the bag of hash browns. I have reserved 2 cups to the side for the topping. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour in our warmed up gravy. And no, we're not going to be doing a lot of seasoning on this because that gravy is our seasoning. And we just want to mix everyone together here. So it makes this such an easy dish. Like I said, you can use the pre-made country gravy. That's perfectly fine. You can make your own, which I have a video for, which will be linked. And there are going to be variations in that video description of how to make our country gravy. I'm going to find a good vegetarian, vegan one for folks out there. That one won't be mine, but do support that creator. For those of you who prefer vegetarian or vegan dishes. You see how everybody just mixes together? And that, like I said, that gravy is what is going to make our seasoning for this because it is so nicely seasoned. You can put any kind of vegetables, any kind of seasonings that you want into this. All right, let me go grab my baking dish. All right, I did put that in my baking dish. I'll bring it back over in a minute. But first, we've got about 2 to 3 cups of our hash browns in this bowl. We're going to come in with 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. Now, this is for folks that like a sweet and savory. If you're somebody who likes to get a little bit of your syrup on your bacon or your sausage or your eggs, this is for you. If you don't want to do this portion, that is perfectly fine as well. Just mix all your hash browns in to the original mixture, and that's perfectly fine. But I like a little sweet and crunchy on the top, so just 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup mixed into a couple of cups of this hash brown, and now we're going to top our hash brown bake. All right, you can see here it fits into our dish perfectly. Now we're just going to top it with those sweet hash browns to give it a nice crunchy top. And toward the end of cooking, which basically I'll tell you how long it takes because you're watching me invent a recipe here. I'll let you know how long it takes at 375. Should be about 45 minutes to an hour. So toward the end, probably after about 45 minutes, I'm going to top it with some cheese and then cook it another 15 minutes to get bubbly on top, which is going to make this oh so good. It's perfect for the holidays when you have to feed a family that's come in to visit, or just to have something ready because you can bake this, you can cut it up, you can freeze it. It stores really, really well. These casserole dishes do. Just make sure if you're going to freeze anything like this, always bring it down the night before to thaw in the fridge and then bring it to room temperature before sticking it into the oven. All right, Nashlets, we're going to cook this uncovered for, I believe, about 45 minutes at 375 before we go ahead and take it out and top it with that cheese. I'll see you in about 45, Nashlets. All right, Nashlets, it's been 45 minutes and it's starting to get nice and crispy on the top, so I pulled it out, put some cheese on top. Now we're going to stick it back in the oven for 15 more minutes until this cheese is nice and bubbly. Can you hear it bubbling, Nashlets? Look at this beautiful Southwest country gravy hash brown casserole. This is perfect to serve up during the holidays, particularly when you have family over, or just any time. It's super hearty, super tasty. Oh, so good. I'm going to let this rest for about 15 minutes before cutting into it, 10-15 minutes, and I'll show a picture of that at the end. Now, as you can see here, it plates up like a dream, and oh, does it taste so good. Thank you so much for joining me for today's edition of Noshing with Nashies. And remember, if you come to a fork in the road, pick it up and have a nosh with Nashies. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Consider becoming a member. And check out that amazing recipe video on your screen. I'll see you in the next one, Nashlets. Bye!